When you're someone who says that you are in favor of eugenics, which is selectively breeding to improve the human race, um, there are things you automatically hear. Number one, that theory's been disproven is like one of the most common things you'll ever hear in the world is no one believes in eugenics anymore. That's silly. It's like, okay, yeah. You mean no one who has a degree in genetics? I mean, really. But I mean, really, though, I think that geneticists, for some reason, don't believe in eugenics. I think that it's more that people don't believe um, in actually doing it. It's not that they don't believe that it would work, because if you take like the strongest athletes, um, and then you have a child, they're going to have those genetics, and maybe not their child will have. Maybe their child won't have be the strongest athlete ever. They probably would be a strong athlete, but their grandchild might be, or their great grandchild might turn out to be like the strongest child ever. Especially if you're consistently breeding people that are very strong, and I think that people would probably hate me for that. I have a feeling that the number one reason that people have unfollowed me is because I talked about sexual stuff. I'm not going to use the word anymore because I don't want you to unfollow me. Don't unfollow me, 0%. Um, but all I'm saying is, um, even though you believe in trying to selectively breed to create people that are super duper smart and super whatever, doesn't mean that you aren't okay with general breeding. And I do think that people have a natural tendency towards breeding in a way that's beneficial. Like there are studies that show that you can smell someone and their pheromone, and you can smell their pheromones, and you can tell if you're genetically compatible. So I don't believe in trying to like weed out, for example, little people, like you're trying to weed out hip problems in German shepherds. Um, I'm watching little people or little women Atlanta right now, and dude, I freaking love them so much. I mean, I'm watching Minnie, and I'm going, geez, I can't believe how rough that is. Trying to be a little person that's in a relationship, because the twins, they're so freaking cute, and they're so sweet, and they're so nice, and you love them so much. And sometimes they say things you're like, oh, did you just say that? And it's just like you love them so much, but then like, could I be in a relationship with someone that small because they're smaller than everyone else? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I don't think I could handle it, because honestly, I feel like people would look at me and be like, "You're with a child." But even though they're grown, it's just like, does this guy have a child fetish? Because they're that small. But I do value them very much, and the last thing I'd ever think is that we need to weed out little people genetics. And I don't believe in um, running around like trying to. Well, actually, I think that we do that. Actually, we do spread some sperm around from super smart people, but doesn't mean that I. Well, actually, I do believe in that. Wow. Okay, this is turning out to be a great conversation topic. I think I always talk about offensive stuff. I think it's like if you want a reason to hate me, you're gonna hate me, and that is a really good reason to hate me, because I believe that selectively breeding can improve the human race, and I do think that we should try to find people that are incredible, and if you're mind-blowingly incredible, then we should clone you and breed you again and try to. And I also think that just because you're a really your children could be better than you. Like there are some people that their genetic, like they are not that great, but their children are incredible. It's like, well, maybe we should have Einstein's mom breed. Okay, all I'm saying is, I'll bet people hate me. I know it. Like I know people hate me in general, um, and I think that's the biggest problem with my case is like no one cares that like I have no freaking constitutional rights because they hate me, and I don't know how to deal with that, because I've never been someone that people hate. But maybe it's not that they hate me; it might be that they just really don't care. Because obviously I have zero views, and I don't know. One of my friends from college wanted to hang out with me when he moves to Colorado, and I don't think everyone hates me, but I think I'm a pretty nice person when I watch Minnie, and she's like nicer than a lot of the other girls. Not oh, she's not. She's nicer than her best friend, the one that's with that, I can't remember his name, Marlon. She's nicer than her, and I think that is definitely. I think I'm like her. Like I think I'm nice. Like I think I'm the type of person that would um, interact better with people than a lot of other people. But it's not easy being the person that people hate, and that's why anytime you talk about controversial topics, like I did when I was in Vale, um, or when I was in Avon, whatever that town is, um, I think that people start to hate you more, and the reality is that like you'd be surprised that I'm not as bad as other people. Like you think I'm bad, you have no idea. The people that you like don't think are bad, they're way worse than me. But um, hate me for talking. That's what I'd say. Is you can hate me for telling you what I think, but like you have no idea. There's nothing. There's no like hate for races. Like even the Arabs. Like when I'm sitting there going, "Wow, we got to do World War III. Who do we go against?" Definitely those people. It's not a hate thing. But I'm sorry I talk too much.